This is Julien here to take the fear out of fitness and put some wealth in your health and help you be the best you. Earlier this morning, a friend of mine posted a YouTube video about basically how the government is manipulating you into believing that COVID-19 is killing more people when it really isn't. Now, hear me out. This is where a lot of people are getting this wrong, and I want to make sure y'all understand this. If you are a nurse or a doctor and you're watching this right now, let me know, because I talk to y'all on a regular basis and I'm involved in the medical community a little bit, but I just want to make sure y'all are on the same page as I am when it comes to this, right? If y'all are not, let me know, set me straight. We're cool, right? However, people are literally talking about, oh, if you died of a gunshot wound and you had COVID-19 when you got shot, you're going to get put into the statistics of COVID-19 deaths, right? When I already know that's not true. That's an exaggeration, a massive exaggeration. Now, what is true is that if you had a heart attack and you had COVID-19, or you suffered a stroke and you had COVID-19, or or if you died of multiple organ failure due to your diabetic symptoms and it became exacerbated because of COVID-19, you're technically counted as a COVID-19 death. Now, people are like, well, he died of a heart attack. Why is it that he's not being considered for a heart attack? Well, first and foremost, number one, you got to think of this like AIDS, right? When you contract AIDS, it affects your immune system, and then therefore it turns around and causes you to it causes other diseases to take over and make your life miserable and possibly kill you. And well, back in the 90s, definitely kill you, right? Nowadays, you don't get these things because your immune system has been augmented, and you are fighting off the virus, and the virus is not taking over your T cells. Therefore, you can create white blood cells and fight off other diseases that you typically normally can't fight. Therefore, you'll be fine. Now, the truth is, when you do die of, AIDS, technically, you don't die of AIDS. You die of pneumonia, Kaposi sarcoma, cancer of whatever, right? Or some other ailment that usually is benign but ends up tearing you up to shreds, right? So let's say it's Kaposi sarcoma, let's say that's what it is, you will die of Kaposi sarcoma due to complications with AIDS, right? However, when you talk layman terms, what actually killed you? Was it the Kaposi sarcoma that killed you, or was it the AIDS that killed you? Well, technically, it's the AIDS that killed you, because the AIDS is what turned around and weakened your immune system to allow the Kaposi sarcoma to take over and take hold and kill you. So, in all actuality, when you suffered a heart attack and died, but you had COVID-19, technically, COVID-19 killed you. Why? Because, as you well know, you need oxygen to get to your muscles in order for you to function and be, optimal in your health, right? Well, if you can't breathe, your lungs are being filled up with fluids, it's applying pressure to your heart and starving your heart of necessary oxygen to function. What killed you? Was it the COVID-19 or was it the heart attack? Based on what I just explained to you, it should be the COVID-19, right? If you suffered a stroke, as of right now, there are studies that are showing that blood clotting is possible when you have COVID-19. So if you turn around and you have blood clots due to COVID-19 and you suffer a stroke and you die, what killed you? Was it the COVID-19 or was it the stroke? Based on what we know, it would be the COVID-19. So when we turn around and we make these classifications, and to be fair, what we need to understand is that could somebody be fraudulent in this situation? Possibly. Is it likely? Highly unlikely. So if you get one person who's being fraudulent in making these diagnoses COVID-19 when they know full well it's not, because quote unquote the government is trying to manipulate you into being scared of a virus, guess what? You're wrong. All right? So when it comes to this, you have to understand that classifications of death has to do with how you died. All right. What that means is just because you died of a heart attack doesn't mean you actually died of a heart attack. A heart attack killed you, but it's not what caused you to get the heart attack, right? So, for instance, again, one more time, if you let's say you have diabetes and you have multiple organ failure due to the fact that you're not getting good oxygen into your body, therefore your body's not utilizing the sugar in your body to optimal levels, your blood sugar spikes, your organs crash. Did you die of diabetes or multiple organ failure due to complications to diabetes, or did you die of multiple organ failure due to complications of diabetes by way of coronavirus? All right. Now, what the problem is, the reason why this whole thing is going round and round and round and everybody's acting like, oh, this is a conspiracy theory and everybody's messing around, is because, number one, you need to be tested. If everybody's being tested, when the clusters happen, it is easier to pinpoint who is the cause and quarantine them, right? Which means if I work in an office building and I turn around and I got one person sick, right? That one person that I got sick, as well as myself, can be quarantined. Everybody else can go back to work, right? If I turn around and get multiple people sick and I haven't been tested because I haven't shown symptoms at all, and multiple people are getting sick at my job, guess what? They got to stay home, but I'm still out and I'm still passing it around to people. By the time you figure out it's me that's causing it, 10 people have already gotten sick, right? So by testing people, the most important thing is by testing people, all of these conspiracy theories, because that's part of what this video was about, was that, you know, they're making this up as they go along. You know, they're lying to you because they're trying to get you to wear a mask over your face when wearing a mask causes you to, you know, lack of oxygen, which causes you to get sick. I'm paraphrasing here, but causes you to get sick and actually makes you sicker, or it makes you more susceptible to being sick. Also, you know, when you're cooped up in the house, you're stressed out, and because you're stressed out, you're going to turn around and get ill when you expose yourself out to people. Those are all true statements. But however, the problem with that theory is if we were testing regularly, there would not need to be any need to test. I mean, to freak out over who has it, because guess what? Or, you know, this whack-a-mole, you know, this whodunit knives out kind of situation where we don't know who the killer is, right? So if we know who the killer is, we stay away from the killer, right? If we know who's making us sick, we stay away from the people who are making us sick, which makes it easier for everybody to go back to work, which makes it easier for everybody to not live in fear and not live in concern, because you know the person next to you is not potentially going to kill you. All right? So we have to understand that this is going on. Yes, this seems like a long time. Yes, it is annoying that you got to be in the house for X amount of weeks at a time. Why are you in there for weeks at a time? Because you haven't been tested. They don't know if you got it or not. They don't know. As a matter of fact, worst scenario is you could still reinfect. They don't know if you're immune yet because they haven't tested it. They haven't figured it out. So the importance of staying home is not a manipulation by the government to mess with you. All right? It is literally trying to save your life. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. All right? Have a nice day. Be the best you.